we got a brand new series coming to Disney Plus that I am so stoked about.
Stoked. Yes.
So incredibly stoked about. It's called Light and Magic, and it is going to be released here on Disney Plus. It's about ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, who famously were created by George Lucas to make all the special effects for Star Wars. And they are doing a full documentary series on it, and it's coming out in a couple weeks, Eddie. It's so close. July 27th, just here in a couple weeks, we're actually going to get, I don't know if they're giving us everything at once or if they're going to do their normal thing in like one little bit at a time. I'm guessing that's what it is. But even the trailer just made me so excited.
I'm glad that I will have something else to watch over and over and over on Disney Plus than just the Imagineering story.
I can see how you probably worn that one out a little bit.
I can't tell you how many times I will be watching that and Sarah walks in and goes, "Again, really?" It's just, I just love it so much. I am so fascinated. And it's not even so much about like the story of how did it come to be and all of that. Like that'll be interesting. And I'm intrigued all that. I just want to hear all the like little side anecdotes of the people who worked on such iconic moments. Because even in the trailer, there's a few of those moments where they just kind of toss it out there, and you're just like, wait, hold on. That you created E.T. and Elliot flying, and no, like that's not just like they have the miniature scene of that in the trailer, and I was just like
You forget all the different films that they worked on, because I mostly think of them as the
Star
place
Wars.
that did Star Wars and like all of that in of itself. If that was the only thing, that would be worth a whole many documentaries and series about it. But the fact that they also went on to do so many other things, they are the premier special effects house today. Like there's no one even.
They were the
close to them.
first.
They're the first, and they're the best. And it's crazy that they've continued on this legacy. And I lived for a short time in the San Francisco Bay Area, and their presence was definitely felt as they had taken over a lot of inside of San Francisco in some of the areas inside of there. And it was like hollowed ground. Talk about, I know a guy who knows a person that works at ILM. So incredible. I've been reading a few weeks ago. I went walking through Barnes and Noble because my kids love that's a whole other story, but they love all the toys that are now Barnes and Noble. Vibrant.
You were walking through what?
A bookstore.
What is that?
It was a bookstore, basically. Yeah, with a kid. With basically
Amazon.
With the toys.
You were walking around with
physical.
Your laptop.
Think of it like a physical Amazon. That's what we're talking about. So I saw this book that caught my eye, and I did the thing that you should always do, which is then scan the book and see if they have it on Amazon. And it was for $2 on Kindle instead of $30 in store, which is probably why bookstores are going away. It's called Secrets of the Force, the complete, uncensored, unauthorized oral history of Star Wars, where they've cobbled together like tons and tons of interviews and stuff like that. And they've got a whole chapter on like the beginning of ILM. So many great stories. These were just people left to their own devices and just figuring things out and just doing whatever they wanted to, basically. A lot of the time George Lucas wasn't even around there, and they just had like free reign to do stuff. It's incredible. So I can't imagine what this series is going to look like to see that from the beginning. That's going to be incredible.
Do you know I did a college term paper my freshman year on why George Lucas is a genius?
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've talked about this very much.
And the professor, pretty much laughed me out of the room.
He laughed you out of the room. Why? Because he was an anti George stance?
No, because it was more just like, really? This is your term. This is the subject you're picking,
And what specific was this? Like specifically a literature course or just a writing?
No, it was a writing class.
Okay.
It was one of your freshman writing classes where they're just like, pick a fun subject you're interested in. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I know exactly where I'm going with this. And they were like, really? Like, what? Okay. But anywho, I bring that up to say, I think this is just another one of many examples of the impact that he has had on the industry that people don't realize. Just ILM and Pixar alone, just the powerful forces they are. And those were all just created by him at a kind of a like, oh yeah, we need this. Let's get this going. Oh yeah, we need this. Let's get this going. Without even touching Lucasfilm. So I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be, we'll nerd out over this one. We'll talk about it week to week. Then we'll do a big full review of it.
Eddie,
I got high hopes.
Eddie, don't act like you know us or something. That don't act like you know who we are in any stuff.
I think after all of these years, I hope I would know a little bit.
Little bit, yeah.